morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you're watching this. I am here, it is July 19th, and I am here to do a mid-year check-in on my writing goals that I set at the beginning of the year. So if you haven't watched that video, I will link it up above and you can see what it was a 2020 wrap-up and a 2021 goals. And yes, there's a giant moth behind me on the house. I tried to poke him to get him to move and he wasn't going anywhere. So we're just gonna ignore him. So I have done pretty well with my goals and I'm gonna go through them with you. So at the beginning of the year, my first goal was to relaunch my blog with my best friend. And we did do that on January 1st. We posted our first blog post. I think we posted like maybe 2 or 3 before we stopped posting again. We're having this problem where, more so me than her, I feel like I have been blogging and posting on social media about chronic illness and mental health for so long that I feel like I don't really have anything else to blog about, as well as I feel like it's starting to seem complainy. I mean, it's always been complainy, like my social media posts have always been complainy, but I do try and make them like educational or like, you know, have a positive spin at the end or something. But yeah, I've definitely hit that place where I'm like, I don't know how much more I can say about these topics. I don't know how to shed these topics in a more positive light. I just don't know what to do. So we have not been updating the blog. I'm afraid it may be something we don't continue with. I don't know. Obviously my friend has full ability to continue if she wants to. We just haven't really had that conversation yet, and I just kind of keep putting it off. So yeah, there's that. But we did relaunch, so like technically I did accomplish that goal. The next goal was to finish the read-through of my first draft of my manuscript and make edits on it. So before I could start my Humber program, which I've talked about many times, I needed to do a first read through and initial edit of my manuscript. So the goal was to have that done by the time I started school, which was January 18th. And I did that. I was completely ready to send my first submission once we got started, and that all went really smoothly, actually. The next goal was to have half my manuscript edited by the time first semester finished, which was a goal placed on me by the program. Like, that is what the goal is of the program. And I did that. And I'm really surprised and grateful that I was able to pull that off, because as you guys know, as I've talked about on this channel before, my mental health gets really, really, really bad from like January to April-ish, end of March, beginning of April. So to actually accomplish things at that time of year is really difficult for me. So I am really, really grateful that I was able to pull it off. So I also accomplished that goal. My next goal was to participate in Camp NaNoWriMo in April, and that I did not do. I was busy getting through the last couple submissions of first semester, and then we had a little break before second semester started, and I needed that time to just chill out. So did not participate in Camp Nano April. My next goal was to participate in Camp Nano July. And I'm not doing that either, as you have noticed from this channel. Now I am doing final revisions on the submissions that I've already received back from my mentor, as well as still editing and submitting the submissions that haven't been sent yet. And my program ends in 4 weeks 4 weeks tomorrow my program ends. So I have to be done. I have to have my whole book submitted. And then I have placed a September 1st goal on myself to send my manuscript out to beta readers. Between the 20th of August and the 31st of August, I have to do my final read through, my final round of edits. I have to format the manuscript. I have to write spider. I have to write my email introduction sort of request of what I want each of my beta readers to look for. Yeah, in 11 days. I have to do all those things. So that's what I'm working on right now, is those final revisions, because I can't wait till I have my final submission back to then start doing all those final revisions. So I started last Monday, a week ago, I started doing 1 chapter per day for my final revision. And then once I get my final submission back and revised, I'm going to use the rest of the 11 days, however many days that is, and do a full read through of the book. Because right now, doing 1 chapter a day, I'm just sort of skimming through each chapter and doing the revisions that I know need to be done. So I'm going to do a full read through of the whole book, hopefully all in one sitting, because I feel like I need that to be able to like percolate it all at one time. So I'm probably going to take like a Saturday or a Sunday and just sit down and read my book straight through and make sure that it's perfect for beta readers. So, all that to say, that's why I didn't participate in Camp NaNo July, because I had way too much revision to do, and that was more important. So, that's where I'm at. So I accomplished all of my goals except participating in the 2 Camp NaNos. And I've never done a Camp NaNo, so it wasn't a huge disappointment to me. I would love to be able to do it at some point. But this year just wasn't the year, so that's okay. Maybe next year. I won't be doing this Humber program next year, so I'll have flexible timelines and be able to do what I want when I want. So that's exciting. I'm feeling really good about my progress on my goals, and I do have, I'll give you a quick rundown of my goals for the rest of the year so you know what's still coming up. So I have 2 more submissions to send to my mentor, and then I have to finish all the revisions on that book, set everything up for the beta readers, as I mentioned, send it out to beta readers, wait very impatiently for beta readers to get it back to me. I'm honestly really, really anxious about the beta readers. I wasn't anxious to apply to Humber. I wasn't anxious for my mentor / editor / alpha reader to read it. But sending it to betas is making me so anxious. Like, since I picked out my betas, every time I think about it, every time it like pops into my head, I'm like, ooh. Because they're people that I know and am friends with. So it makes it like, I don't know. There's 2 that I'm really, really anxious about. The other 2 I'm not so anxious about. So we'll see. We'll just see how that goes. So I'm hoping to have beta reader feedback returned to me by the end of September. And then I would like to bang out any revisions. Hopefully there won't be a ton. Really quickly. I'm going to start on those as soon as I start receiving feedback from the betas. I gave them a month. I mean, they may finish it in a couple days or a couple weeks. I may have lots of time. So I want to get those revisions done ASAP and start querying, hopefully at some point in October. I will also be prep-tobering in October. So that's going to be a very busy month. And then I will be doing NaNo Don't know what my project is yet, but I will be doing NaNo in November, hopefully winning. And then depending on where I'm at with querying, I may take December off writing and revising altogether and just focus on querying. So we'll just have to see how that all goes. And then how my querying is going is really going to affect what happens after that. In a perfect world, I would have an agent before the end of the year, but I know that's a huge ask. That's like the ultimate dream. So being realistic, I would love to get an agent at any point, but if I could get one before the end of 2021, I think that would be really super fantastic. So we'll just have to see how things go. So I have accomplished a lot. I still have a lot on my plate for the rest of the year, and I'm feeling really optimistic. So I hope you have had a great first half of the year. I would love to know what some of your goals are moving forward into the second half of the year. Please leave them in the comments down below. Let me know how you're writing or editing or prepping or whatever you're doing is going. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.